Welcome to the results ceremony of the Scarsdale Robotics Game Jam 3rd edition. The theme this year was It Spreads. Let's see what our contestants created. Taking 3rd place, representing Protostar Robotics, is Madison and Kate's Scarsdale Bio-Raiders. An apparent nod to Conway's Game of Life, this project combined this classic mathematical puzzle with the novel idea of robotics, writing lore full of personality to present the main event. Players select pixels in their starting area, initiating systems to replicate throughout the field. Hitting red loses points, hitting blue gains points. The game is initially abstract and challenging to fully envision, which is part of the draw to the game. Judges enjoyed experimenting with various shapes, especially trying to get that top right blue square. Judges noted areas for improvement, however, such as simplifying the tutorial, gradually introducing ideas, or adding some sound effects as well. But overall, this was quite an interesting take on a classic challenge, a project that certainly stood out and caught our attention. Representing Protostar Robotics, Nicholas's It Does Spread, a neat take on lifesteal where you can convert your enemies into friends and defend the central hive, earned our 2nd prize. It ran very smoothly, and judges noted that it was fair in difficulty. We enjoyed playing and competing over getting the most allies. Judges noted possible improvements, including adding sound effects and highlighting when and where enemies spawn, and also a potential lack of progression, being that your friends die pretty quickly to the enemies, leaving you back at nothing. So something like player upgrades would be a significant improvement. Overall, the smooth gameplay, simple mechanics, and interesting take on lifesteal earned this team a deserved 2nd place. And representing the Coding Club, Arvin's Takeover wins our 1st place prize. It's a game about claiming nodes before your opponents with a nice user interface and intuitive gameplay. Judges appreciated the bot, specifically the variation in difficulty and the voice lines. The game was beginner-friendly, yet also held depth. There were simple rules, yet challenging strategy, and players were led to naturally invent these strategies as they progress, resulting in very high replayability without a needed inbuilt game mechanic. The blocker mechanic was also a nice wild card to break any stalemates, though when the blockers did run out, these stalemates still occurred. Some judges suggested a system to regain blockers, potentially by claiming extra nodes, but overall it was a phenomenal game. The judges loved it, awarding Takeover our 1st place. Thank you for participating in the Scarsdale Robotics Game Jam 3rd edition. We've run this for 3 years in a row, and this has been the most successful year yet in terms of game quality. Even if your game did not place in the top 3, we've received plenty of amazing submissions and we will gladly share feedback. At the end of the day, this competition is a guide for learning, and we hope that whether you're leaving with a COSTCO variety CHIPBOX or not, you've taken valuable lessons from this journey. Thank you for taking the time out of your days to build these tremendous projects for us and with us. We plan to see you next year.